Hi, this is Zak Mir from Zak's Traders Cafe with a look at some bulletin board hero stocks on Monday, the 25th of January. Starting off with Condor Gold, where there's been an unfilled gap to the upside through the 20-day moving average at 20.02 pence. An RSI uptrend line there backing the move to the upside, and the break of neutral RSI 50 to leave it at 57. A decent non-volatile buying zone in the oscillator window. Points to watch here also the initial January resistance at around the 23.4 pence level. While we're above that, we should expect pretty decent progress towards an implied target as high as the top of this November rising trend channel at 35 pence, perhaps as soon as the end of next month. At this stage, early sustained price action back below 20 pence would really imply that this is a flash in the pan reversal. Earthport is next, and it's a stock which I haven't looked at too much of late. Interesting, we've got this W-shaped reversal, possible triple bottom around the 25 pence level, and an exhaustion gap reversal as well, breaking that, or rather closing back above the gap to the downside seen earlier last week. The view at the moment is that while we're above the 20-day moving average at 29.41 pence, one would expect to see a journey towards the 200-day moving average of 39.09 pence, which would take the shares back to where they were at the end of September. Next stock is Madagascar Oil, and it's been quite a painful retreat here over recent months. The plus point at the moment, it looks as though we're just snapping out of this falling wedge formation, which has been around really since April last year. Top of that wedge running around the 2 pence level, so a decent weekly close last week. Initial target, the 50-day moving average at 2.91 pence. After that, over the next couple of months, as high as the 200-day moving average, 5.76 pence. This stage really only well back below the 10-day moving average at 1.83 pence would even begin to signal a possible delay in the recovery scenario. One of the most difficult situations around, both on a fundamental and technical perspective in the recent past, has been Mosman Oil and Gas. If I can get the right epic code going. Here we've had what looks like a decent, what looked like a decent falling wedge reversal going into the beginning of January. There was some upside there, to be fair, but we've sort of come back towards the 1.6 pence zone versus the 1.37 pence December floor. Bit of RSI support here as well around the 35.40 level, which is a positive. But probably, even if you're a fan of these shares, you'd want to see an end of day close back above the 50-day moving average at 2.6 pence before getting too excited about the prospects here, even though as I said, we have had this higher January support for the shares. Roxi, Petroleum, an old private investor favorite, and maybe it's time for a bit of a recovery here. The higher January low above 6 pence is encouraging, as is the clearance of the 50-day moving average at 7.31 pence. At least while we hold above the 50-day line, we're looking for a journey towards the top of this rising September price channel at 10.93 pence over the next 4 to 6 weeks. That's also the area of the 200-day moving average as well. So looking healthy over the near term for Roxi Petroleum. Finishing off with a stock which hasn't been that healthy in the recent past, and that's Xcite Energy. Obviously speculation at the moment regarding the fate of the North Sea, given the way where oil prices are at the moment. But we have seen or been treated to a gap to the upside off the floor of this falling wedge formation, and a third bounce off an RSI uptrend line in the RSI window. So that is at least an initial reversal signal at Xcite Energy. What you can probably say at the moment is that while we hold above the top of the gap at 11.97 pence, one would expect a journey at least to the 50-day moving average at 16.28 pence. But only really above the 50-day line opens up the prospect of a more full-blooded recovery and a journey back to October resistance and the 200-day moving average at 26.24 pence. That's it from me. More updates this time tomorrow.